Hey y'all, hey. I hope y'all are having a great day. Um Make sure you like, comment and subscribe, okay? Please. Your girl needs y'all support, okay? Um Nevertheless, something came on me today after I left church. And happy 4th of July if you're seeing this. I don't know when it'll be posted, but happy 4th. Um So listen, when you get a vision, right, or a calling, or when you know your purpose for your life, right? In the My pastor had preached on this today, and it was very profound. But I want to articulate it in a way so that we all can understand it. That is a little bit more relatable to us. So how he explained it was, you get the vision, the process, and then the promotion, right? And so this many times can be in any situation. It could be a business, it could be relationships, it can be love, it could be job, it could be career, um, it could be family, it could be anything. Um, so what's very interesting is, right, when we are in that process, right? And so let's say, okay, so you already have the vision. You know exactly what it is that you're supposed to be doing, right? So for example purposes, we're going to say um you already know that you're destined to be a director at your job. We'll use that as a scenario, right? But a lot of times we think that because we already have this vision or this purpose set in our mind, that we're like automatically prepared for it. Like we don't like to do the waiting process. We don't like to have the patience to be groomed properly to prepare ourselves for the next season that we're transitioning to. And so I want to share that with y'all because that is something I'm struggling with, right? So in this process period, right, it takes time. It takes time. And when I tell you it takes time because God is literally refining you, redefining you, repurposing you, re recreating how you think. It's literally a transformation process, right? And so we are so big on like we want things so quick that we think that success even supposed to comes to us that quick. Like sometimes we often think that success is supposed to come overnight. Like you might can say, no, I don't. No, I don't. Yeah, you do. If you sit up in the mornings before you get your day started and you dream about where you want to be, and somewhere in your mind you think like that's gonna happen to me real soon, right? And I'm not saying it is not going to happen to you soon because I absolutely do believe it will happen to you soon. But God don't bless in mess. God can't bless you with something if you're not showing him that you're worthy of what you already have. Um he can't bless you with something greater if you're not even appreciative of the small, right? For an example, let's use the same example or scenario I discussed. So let's say your goal is to be a director at a job and you're currently a manager, right? You might think you are just the most upstanding manager ever, right? But you have blind spots. And you're not going to know your blind spots until you seek others suggestions or others constructive criticism, right? And so a lot of times that's how we be in life. Like we walk, we talk, we keep going, we keep thinking we're doing really really good, and so somebody has to pull us down and humble us and tell us, hey, that ain't it. Like I know you think you doing, but it ain't. It don't go like that. Like it. Let me remix it a little bit, because for some odd reason you got in your mind that it go like this or you're this way. We have this preconceived notion of who we think we are and who we're projecting to the world, but a lot of times what we project, other people see completely different things. You can wake up one morning and project and exude confidence, and somebody else may look at you and think oh, that person is cocky, or that person is struggling with depression, or whatever the case may be. Like, so don't always think that everything that you exude is always the exact thing, because sometimes we have a distorted image of ourselves. We don't see ourselves of who we really are. I'll give an even better scenario. After I had my son, I was the biggest and the most heaviest I have ever been in my life. And so I struggled with that. I struggled with just having that type of weight on me, even like a month after having him. Of course, because he was my first child. So I wasn't used to that. But even once I lost a tremendous amount of that weight, I still sometimes have a distorted image of my body, right? And when I say a distorted image, I believe that I see my body for what it is. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of times I can be overly critical of my body, and somebody else could say, "Girl, your child is one. You look amazing for it." You know what I'm saying? Or, "Girl, relax. It ain't as bad as you think it looks." You know, so a lot of times we just can be very overly critical of ourselves, that gives us this destructive, stinking thinking image of who we are, right? So let me go back to the topic though. A lot of times when you're in the process, you get lost, right? You get lost and you think like, okay, I thought I was doing this. But the problem is you got complacent and you got comfortable in it. And the thing about a process, the process that you're working for or working through to get you to your destination or your promotion or your vision, is levels to it. It's levels to it, right? So, and I kid you all not, I am in a process of launching a new business. And when I tell you, I almost get to a new level every week to every other week. And I know when I have transitioned to that next level, because I feel it. I almost feel a shift in my whole body. You know what I'm saying? I feel a shift in how I think. I feel a shift in my movement, because, like, let's just say for explanation purposes, that first four set of weeks, I was hustling, I was grinding. I ain't really had time to talk to nobody, kick it with nobody, do nothing. I was focused on me, and I was focused on laying the foundation for my business, creating what I feel like is validity to create what I think will help me build off of, right? That was the first season of me in my building process. The second season that I'm currently in is like, okay, you did most of the hard work. Now it's time for you to kind of create some type of balance in this thing, right? So like, you can't be all work and no play. You gotta incorporate some type of fun, right? And so I traveled this past month. I went out with my girls. We went out to do brunch. I've done things. But see, the problem is because during that 4 week time frame of when I built the foundation of this business, I was so hustle oriented that I did not give myself that grace and that time to pour back into myself recreationally. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I poured back into myself in other ways, but not recreationally or socially. So when I got a taste of that social recreation fun, I ain't want to put it down, you know? So, and I'm just using that, and I know I got off topic, but I'm just using that to share and clarify, like, the process ain't gonna always be what we want it to be. Sometimes the process is quite difficult. Sometimes the process will pull you and break you to your limit. Like, sometimes the process will pull you down to the point that you have absolutely no more resources to give. Sometimes the process makes you question if you are going and you're being and you're striving towards what you actually should be doing, or should you go back to what's comfortable. And so I'm here to tell you that anything worth having, you got to do the work for it. You got to fight for it. You got to wake up every single day, and you cannot quit. Even days, y'all, I be exhausted with my son every day. But I had to tell myself, okay, so what can you do towards your working on your new business while also being the best mom that you can be. So I created like this to-do list, this checklist. I used to use this when I was a project manager. I said, okay, every single day that my son goes to sleep, he goes to sleep at a certain time every night. I'm going to complete one thing off this checklist. And so I know that ultimately if I didn't have my child with me, I could probably launch this thing a little bit more quicker than I'm doing right now. But I have to understand that this is the process that I'm in. Right? And I can't rush this process. Because if I rush this process and I share my work, y'all gonna be able to tell that it's not quality. And I don't want to share BS. I want to share quality work. I want to share everything that I've been working hard for so that when y'all see it, y'all like, dang, Brianna done put in some work for this. Like I can tell the quality from it. I can tell from the outcome of it, everything, right? So I had to share that with y'all about the process because the process is so important. Sometimes, y'all, the process is more important than the actual outcome. But see, sometimes we get so lost in the process because we want stuff so fast. I want a husband. Let me get it fast. I want to be a millionaire. Let me get that fast. Listen, it don't work like that. It don't work like that. If you want a business of substance, you're going to have to take time to build it. If you want a man of substance, you're going to have to take time to build yourself so that you can attract that type of man, right? It just don't work. You don't just lay down at night and dream about this all the time, but you're not doing the work. Y'all, the process is so important. Do not get lost in the process. Do not get distracted in the process because let me tell you how the enemy works. The enemy start playing with your mind and telling you that you can't do that. You know you can't do that. You know you ain't equipped to do. How you gonna do that? You tired. Go sit down and have you a drink. Go call your girls. Go do this. Go do this. So during your process, you're going to get hit with a lot of distractions. You're going to get hit with so many distractions that it's going to make you question yourself and ask yourself if that is what you truly are doing. But let me tell you something. The enemy ain't gonna attack somebody or attack you in a place or in a season when you're not a threat to them. So if you are not a threat, he ain't finna bother you. But see, when you are a threat, he gonna do every single thing he can to pull you down. So I'm here to encourage you today to let you know that trust the process, y'all. The process the process is so important. It's almost all of the ingredients to make the cake. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't have the ingredients to make the cake, you won't have a cake. And so don't rush that process though, because this process ain't gonna be here forever. Your process might be a little bit longer than what you expected it to be, but you gotta be patient. You gotta be patient because I guarantee you, if you fall in love with the process versus the outcome, you gonna look up and the outcome gonna fall right in your face. But I just had to encourage y'all today because that had been something that I had been struggling with. I'm like, Lord, I don't know how I'm about to do all this stuff. Like, I got clients every day. I'm building like 2 and 3 businesses simultaneously. I'm here with my son every day. I'm still trying to work on myself. How am I going to balance all this? And I had to step back and just breathe and say, breathe. What can you do with what you have? What can you do with what you have? And how can you create some type of schedule to support all of the priorities in your life? And when I sat back and thought of it from that perspective, I'm like, okay, so I know when he goes to bed at night, I can work on one thing towards this business and one thing towards this business. So my goal could have been that I wanted to launch my business in the next 30 days, right? But it might not work like that. And that's okay. Because see, this is the thing. Our timing is never God's timing. So when you It's almost like God laughs at your plan sometimes, because he's like, you think you about to do something, but wait until I step in and show you what you really should be doing, and show you how you really need to go, and show you the process of everything. Then you ain't even gonna, that little dream, that little envision, that little motivation thought that you have in your mind, that's gonna be nothing compared to how I'm gonna blow your mind. So I hope that encouraged y'all today. I had been in a stuck place for a minute because I really was just trying to juggle all my responsibilities while trying to do what it is I need to do to get my life on track. But I had to stop being overly critical of myself, accepting where I was, and accepting the fact or the idea that I'm doing the best I can. Every single day that I wake up, I put my best foot forward. So I can never go to sleep at night upset at myself because I put my best foot forward. Even the days that I feel like I might not have put my best foot forward, I still put my best foot forward because I'm learning to appreciate myself, good, bad, ugly, and indifferent. And you should too. But if you made it to the end of this video, thank you. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I hope to see y'all soon. Bye.